Okay, for the production rule, we are going to add the look ahead symbol. Okay, here you have to understand what is the importance. We are going to add this look ahead symbol. Okay, this look ahead symbol, addition of this look ahead symbol will helps a lot. Okay, how it will help is at the time you are considering this particular production is a reduced production rule. Let us take a small example. Let us take there is a production rule like S tends to A B Z dot comma like A or B. If this is the production rule we have in CLR, I will explain how you are going to calculate it, no problem. But understand the meaning of why you are writing a look ahead symbol. That is my objective of taking this example. Am I clear? So S tends to A B Z dot comma A or B is there. See here this A or B is nothing but look ahead symbols. One second. Yeah, these A and A or B is nothing but two look ahead symbols are there for this production rule. That is the mean. So here you should know what is the importance of adding a look ahead symbols. Okay, if you observe, this is the production rule which is reduced. Why I am calling it as reduced? Because the dot operator reaches to the end of the production. There is no further movement for the dot. Of course, or obviously you can able to consider this is a production rule which is called as a reduced. Here the point is where we are going to add this particular production rule. Let us take, if this is the production rule number 3, obviously we have to write R3. Okay, where we have to write this R3? That is our problem. That is our problem in LR of 0. It has to be resolved in SLR by calculating the follow function. Okay, the same thing here also. This particular look ahead, whatever the terminals we have as a look ahead, okay, whatever the terminals we have as a look ahead in the production rule, it says the information about where we are going to write this R3. Am I clear? Again I'm repeating. This look ahead, whatever the terminals we are considering as a look ahead, will conveys the information about where we have to write this particular production rule as a reduced. Nothing but let us take R3. Where we have to write this R3 in the table. And if you consider the state is like I4. The state is I4. Okay, I4 row. Here I have to write this R3. What LR of 0 is saying? Write everywhere, every terminal column. That's what LR of 0 is saying. What SLR will say? Simple LR parsing technique. SLR will say computate follow function for these capital S, whatever the terminals it is given. Okay, in that respect to columns only fill it. That's what SLR said. That's what SLR, simple LR parser will say. But here, what the CLR is saying is, whatever the look ahead we have here, in this example like small a and small b, in those respective columns only, fill this R3. This is the information conveyed by the look ahead symbols. That is the reason why you are going to add a look ahead symbol for every production rule. Wherever the production in any state. You may have like I0 to I10 or I0 to I100, whatever it may be. Okay, for each and every production rule in the state, we have to calculate what is the relevant look ahead symbol. Okay, and we have to add it. How we are going to add? Comma, that symbol. Don't consider this comma as a terminal. Okay, just comma is nothing but, just comma is for separation. Production rule, comma, some look ahead symbol. Why are maintaining this look ahead symbol? Again, I am repeating. This look ahead symbol will give the information about where we have to write this particular production when it is reduced. Let us take R2, R1. You have many reduced state, reduced by some production rule. At that time, you get R3, R2, R1, like that. Okay. By using this look ahead symbol, we are going onto the table from the state I4 to the particular symbols, what we have in this look ahead, only those respective columns only we need to write R3. Sir, why you are all doing this? In order to avoid the conflicts. Am I clear? In LR of 0, we have two conflicts, shift reduce and reduce reduce. All the further upcoming parser techniques, they are intended to avoid these conflicts. That's why initially we see SLR parser, where SLR parser need to computate the follow function. Okay, whatever the terminals given by the follow function only, there only we have to fill the values. Am I clear? Is my voice audible? Okay. Similarly, what the CLR is saying? CLR saying that for every production rule, add a look ahead symbol. Okay. So whatever the terminals here we have to write as a look ahead, in those respective columns only, we need to write the reduced production rule number like R3 and R4. Am I clear? That is the difference between SLR and CLR. Okay? So come to the point what I mentioned here. So here, what is the item sets? Okay, in SLR or LR of 0, the item sets are nothing but LR of 0. But here in CLR, the item sets is been called as LR of 1. Why they are called as LR of 1 means, because if you observe, we are adding a look ahead symbol. That's why the way of creating item sets, in CLR is different from LR of 0. Am I clear now? Am I clear? Because here we are going to add the look ahead. Many times they will ask a question, a short answer question. Explain the difference between LR of 0 item sets and LR1 item sets. Okay, in LR of 0 item set means simple. All those are the production rules only. All those are the production rules only. We are combining it as a set means, as a state means, those are relevant. Those are relevant. Okay, they are one to another, there is a relation. Okay, in LR of 0, who doesn't have addition of any look ahead symbol, simply have to add a dot operator for the RHS of the production rule. That's it. We are going to combine some production rules and we are considering that as a LR of 0 item sets. Am I clear? But whereas here in LR of 1, okay, with addition of the dot operator, each and every production should have a look ahead symbol. That is the difference. Okay, on to the 4 type of parser techniques. Again, I have to write here. I will write now. We have the 4 type of parsers in 3rd unit. That is about LR parsers. Okay, what are that? LR, totally LR has been classified into 4 types. Okay, the first one is LR of 0. This is the basic parsing technique. Next one is SLR. Okay, SLR. These two parsing techniques, they are going to follow LR of 0 item sets. Okay, what is LR of 0 item sets? Many times they are asked us 2 marks question. LR of 0 item sets are nothing but the production rules which contain a dot operator. Okay, and all those production rules which are relevant means when you apply the closure function, you may get some addition of some production rules. So all the productions which are related, okay, those are grouped. This set is nothing but LR of 0 item set. Okay. And next 3 and 4 techniques. What are the next techniques we have under LR parser? CLR. And the last one is LALR. Actually, LALR is the extension of CLR. These 2 parsing techniques, they are following the data item sets of LR of 1. What is LR of 1? LR of 1 you can able to write. LR of 1 you can able to write like LR of 0 only. Means the productions which are relevant are related, we are grouped. Okay, we are adding in a dot operator. So whatever we done in LR of 0, we are going to do in LR of 1 only. But what is an additional thing we have to do? Here we are going to add a look ahead. We are going to add, here I am writing, a look ahead symbol. A look ahead symbol has to be added. Okay, so that is the difference between the previous class discussions and today's and the further class discussion. The item sets what we are going to be used. Item sets will represent the structure of the production rule. In LR of 0, simple, the production rule contain two parts. One is LHS, one is RHS. At the RHS, we are going to add the dot operator. That's it. But whereas here in LR1, whatever we are doing in LR of 0, with addition to that, each and every production should contain a look ahead symbol. Am I clear, man? Am I clear? So that is the difference between the previous concepts and today's concept. Okay. So go for the second point, what they're given. Now these points most important. See, in CLR1, the number of states like I0, I1, I2. I0 is the initial state where you are taking the augmented production. You add a dot operator to it. After dot, there is a non-terminal. Apply the closure function. Everything here also we need to do. Am I clear? So I0 you may consider as an initial state. From I0 on a terminal or on a non-terminal, you may get some other states. Am I clear? So the important point you have to remember is the number of states what you are going to be produced in CLR is more when compared to the all remaining three. It may be like not LAL. When compared to other concepts what to discuss like LR of 0 or SLR, the number of states what you are going to be generate in CLR is obviously more. Why the more number of states we are generating? I will show you at the time of example. Remember this point. At the time of example also, I will discuss this point. Why are getting more number of states in CLR other than the SLR or LR of 0? Why? Because, here only I will explain. Why? Because the LR of one item contain a look ahead. Symbol. Am I clear? If any particular state contain LR of one item set, maybe the look ahead may be different. Then these two productions are being considered as different. That's why you are getting more number of states. Example I will explain now. Take it. A tends to B dot capital B dot comma A or B or C. This is one of the production rule in a particular set like I5. Let us consider this one as a I5. Okay. Similarly, we have one more production rule, same thing. A tends to B dot, okay, and B dot, comma. There we have like dollar. This particular production rule, it may be in some other state like I6. If you observe here, the same production rule, the same entire thing is same, but the look aheads are different. In this example, the look aheads are A, B, C. Here in this example, the look ahead is dollar. You may get like this also. In order to maintain these two as two different states, that is the reason why we have more number of states in CLR. Am I clear? Even though the production rule is same, but the look ahead symbols, what we are getting from the previous state, may be different. Please listen my words carefully. The production is same, but the look ahead symbols are different. Why you are getting different look ahead symbols for the same production? Because maybe its parent state may be different. That's why there is a chance of getting these two types. Even though the production rules are same, there may be a chance of having different look ahead symbols. Okay, that is the reason. That's why you are getting more number of states in CLR when compared to other parsing techniques. How you are going to get to look ahead? Why you are getting different look aheads for the same production? I will explain. No problem. Okay, in order to justify that point, I will give this. I am giving this example. Okay. And the last step, see here. In the CLR of 1, this last step will convey you the information about why you are maintaining a look ahead symbol. Okay, see. The look ahead symbols, whatever we have, a set of terminals for a production, in that respective columns only, we have to write reduce. That's why we are going to maintain a look ahead. Read the third point. In the CLR1, we place the reduced node. Reduced node means like R3, R2, R1, reduced by some production rule number 3, reduced by some production rule number 2, like that. Okay, those reduced nodes should be written only in the look ahead symbol. Whatever the particular production rule is maintaining, in that particular columns only, we are going to write R3, 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 like that. Okay, so this is about the introduction for the CLR, and what we are going to do in CLR is obviously same. The only thing is where we are going to write this our reduced nodes. If you consider in SLR, simple LR parsing, we are depends upon the follow function. Okay, but here in the CLR, we are depends upon the look ahead symbols. Okay, so in the next slide, I will explain you how we are going to generate the look ahead symbols for the different production rules. No. Okay, so what are the steps we are going to do in CLR is start from taking a CFG grammar, and we are considering any input string. First step. Second step, consider the grammar contain any ambiguity. If you have any ambiguity, you have to eliminate it. Same rules. And we have to get a production rule, a new production rule, which is considered as a augmented production. What is the importance of augmented production? It conveys you, or it will give the information about where we are going to stop the process of parsing. Many times in this class only, in this online classes only, this is the third or fourth time I am repeating, so that you can able to remember on your brains. Okay, and go for creating canonical collection of this word is different. In SLR and LR of 0, we are going to create a collection of LR of 0 item sets. But here in the CLR, we are going to create LR1. But please make a note in your notes. Difference between LR of 0 and LR of 1. Okay, LR of 1 means this you can able to write in your notes. LR of 1 is LR of 0 plus look ahead symbol. Okay, so we are going to create the production rules in this format, comma, it's their own look ahead symbol. Okay, so once you get LR of 1 item sets, you can able to relate from one state to another state, and obviously you can able to draw the DFA. At last, the parsing table. Okay, the structure of parsing table is different, is same. Okay, but where you are going to write our reduced nodes is the only difference between the previous discussed parser techniques and today parsing technique. That is the only difference. Algorithms, everything is same. How to parse the given input string, same. Okay, the only thing is the way we create the parser table is different from LR of 0, SLR, and CLR. So that is about introduction for this CLR. So anyone have any doubts up to here? What is look ahead symbol? What is the importance of maintaining look ahead symbol? Okay. Okay. What is the difference between LR of 0 and LR of? Okay. Maybe I conveyed about these three. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can raise your voice. Any doubts, sir? Anyone? Okay, then I will go for the further slide, and I will explain you how you going to create LR of 1 item sets. Okay. Of course, just now we see in this point, LR of 1 item set is nothing but whatever.
How we can access?
Hello.
Any one of you, give me the response.
Admini ma'am. Is my voice is audible, Swati? Madhavi, anyone please respond? Yeah, I get the Padmini madam voice. That's why I have it. Okay. So how we are going to create LR of 1 item sets? Just now we discussed whatever we are going to do in LR of 0, the same thing is being repeated in LR of 1. Means we are going to take some production rule, add a dot operator for the up to that common, up to that whatever we done in LR of 0, the same thing we are going to be repeating LR of 1 also. Am I clear? But we are going to add look ahead. Okay, how we are going to add look ahead is the only thing you need to know. If you get that, then everything is clear for you.
Declared as private is going to access.
Hello. Okay. So these are the rules we have now, how to create LR of 1 item sets. Okay. So let's go for the explanation. So the first one, if your production is a starting production rule, starting means the first one in your grammar G, then obviously what is the look ahead for your production rule is dollar. Let us take S is the start symbol. I consider from the grammar G, and W, it may be some terminal or it may be some non-terminal, whatever it may be. So if this is your starting production rule, obviously the dollar is the look ahead symbol for your starting production rule.
Any reference for the class
Am I clear, ma'am?
You are in the local reference. We can directly call it as by using a name.
One second, ma'am. I will call to Edwin. I'm disturbing this. Okay, leave it. So that is the first thing, ma'am. If your production rule is the starting production rule, dollar is your look ahead symbol. Easy thing to remember. Okay. For example, this is your production rule. A tends to here I am writing A tends to x dot capital X alpha, comma, some u is there. If this is our production rule, okay, here there is a capital X. After dot, there is a non-terminal. So what you are going to do? You are going to add a production rule which is derivable by capital X. So let us consider capital X is deriving like beta. Capital X is deriving, beta is the production rule. So I have to add a dot operator. Okay. I have to add a dot operator, comma. How I have to get the look ahead symbol? For that, go to the previous production rule. That is this one. Why you are getting this particular production rule? Because of this particular capital X. So what you are going to do is computate first function for whatever we have after that capital X. So what I have to do is I have to perform first of whatever I have after this capital X. It may be a terminal, it may be non-terminal, or it may be combination of any terminals and non-terminals, whatever it may be. I have to consider like alpha and u. I have to computate first for this. I mean, for example, if the first of alpha u is like small z, then that particular small z is to be right here. For example, the first of alpha u contain like a small z, small y, and it may be like again x. The first function contains the three terminals. Then what I have to do? Those three terminals we have to add. Those three terminals we are going to be add as a look ahead symbol. Am I clear? As a look ahead for this particular production rule. Am I clear? So in that way we are going to create, or we are going to find out the look ahead symbol for every production rule. Other than the starting production rule, here we are going to add a dollar. Other than that, every production rule we are getting like this only. Am I clear? So you have to understand this rule too. This one is most important. See here, we are having this particular production, of course. We are having the particular u as a look ahead for this particular production. Okay. And the next step, what you are going to do? You are going, obviously, you are going to apply closure function. Why? Because after this dot, this capital X indicates a non-terminal. This particular capital X indicates a non-terminal. What happens if there is a non-terminal after the dot? Obviously, we have to add the production rules. We are going to add the production rules where that X, capital X is deriving. That's what we are going to do in the closure function. Now. So I have to get it. Okay, that's why I get the production rule like capital X is deriving dot beta. I get the production rule X tends to beta and add a dot. Up to here, everyone knows that. But how we are getting this particular Z? You have to remember this. In order to, how we are going to get this Z as a look ahead is we are going to computate the first function. See here, the first function for the set of terminals or non-terminals or their combination, whatever we have after this capital X. After this capital X, whatever we have. Okay, for this part, find out the first function. What is meant by first function? What is my first function, man? We are going to take one particular production rule and the RHS. What is the first terminal we have? The leftmost. That is being considered to the terminal on first function. Okay. For example, if Z is your first function of alpha and U, then this Z can be acts as a look ahead. Here we are going to be right. For example, if your first function given 3 or more terminals or many terminals they are giving, like Z, small y, small x. Why I am considering small? Because the first function is obviously giving the terminals. So if your first function is given multiple terminals, then we have to take all those terminals as a look ahead. That's why here I written comma Z slash y slash x. So that is the meaning, or that is the way we are going to create a look ahead symbol. Now, if you understand how you are getting the look ahead symbol, I need not to explain the example in table and everything, because this is the only the different part what we are doing in CLR. Once you get this, everything is seen. So that is the second point. And the third one is, see this one, the third one is somewhat important. It is just an observation point. Anyhow, you will follow this at the time of example without explaining also. This is a common sense point. But as the given rule sees. For example, if this is your production rule, you have A tends to small x dot capital C y comma W. So up to here, this is a production rule. This is the production rule, and W is the look ahead. Okay. And you perform some moving of the dot operator. Means you are making some go to function, or you may perform some shift action, whatever it may be. You are moving the dot operator. Okay. So the dot operator movement means this dot before the capital C will move to after capital C, like this. Like this. The dot is being moved after capital C. Okay. At the time you are doing this movement, at the time you are making some movement of dot operator, a changing of dot operator. Make sure that this look ahead will not be changed. This look ahead will not be changed. This is a common sense point. What I done here, I make some go to function or go to operation on this particular production with respect to the non-terminal capital C. What I have to do? The dot operator is being moved after capital C. That's it. That's it. Don't change the look ahead symbol. Don't change the look ahead symbol whenever you make some movement of dot. Common sense point. What is the necessity of changing the look ahead? Nothing. Simply whatever the look ahead you have before making change of the dot operator should be as it is after changing the dot operator also. That's why I said out of these 3 points, okay, the third one you have to, second one you have to be remembered. How we are going to get the look ahead symbols for the production. Okay, if your production rule is the starting production rule, then obviously dollar is the look ahead symbol. If your production rule is not starting, it is deriving by some other production rule. Okay, deriving. Why I am using the term deriving? Why I am using the term deriving? Shall I consider this particular capital X, this particular production is derived production rule? Yes. Why? In order to having the capital X after this dot, that's why I am adding this particular production. Am I clear now? Am I clear? So how I get this look ahead symbol? How I get this look ahead symbol? I need to perform first function for whatever I have after this capital X. Okay. So this is the rule you have to be remember for the initial examples. If you practice the example, no need to remember also. Okay. So based on these 3, I will go for an example. Now, if anyone have any doubts, you can please ask me, or else I can go for the example directly. Need not to explain algorithm because everything is same. Every algorithm, whatever we done in SLR is everything is same, but there we are following the follow function. But here no need to calculate the follow function. Simply we need to create LR of one item size. Nothing but we are going to add a look ahead symbol. That's the thing. That's why out of the 4 parsing techniques, even LALR also, CLR is the most powerful because it can reduce your conflicts. It can minimize your conflicts. I can't fully say that CLR doesn't contain any conflict, but the number of conflicts what we see in SLR and LR of 0, here in CLR we are minimizing that. Okay. So let's go for an example. Yeah. This is the example they given for the grammar. Okay, and as it is context free, you can able to separate the set of non-terminals, terminals, and taking your any symbol as a start symbol. Obviously, the non-terminal what we have in the first production rule in the given grammar is obviously considering as the start symbol. Okay, so adding the augmented production. So this is the augmented production we have to do. We have to create, and we are going to add this to the existing grammar so that your grammar can be converted to augmented grammar. Everything is same. Yeah. But directly, shall I explain DFA directly? Anyone? Please give your opinion. Directly, can I show you DFA? In the DFA itself, I can explain. No response from you. Okay. Anyhow, I will share this PPT, no problem. You can able to refer of the derivation parts, what I included here. No problem, I will explain in the DFA. The same thing what I done in the derivation, obviously I have to represent in the DFA. So directly I come to the DFA and I will explain. Okay. So if you observe here, the number of states in CLR is more. That's the first point you have to be observed. Okay. You can't change the number of non-terminals, you can't change the number of terminals. But why you are getting more number of states is your depends upon the look ahead. Your depends upon the look ahead. If you observe, see, if you observe this I4, where is the cursor? Yeah. If you observe this I4 and if you observe this I7, same production rule. A tends to small b, same production rule. Okay, I4 is a reduced state, I7 is also a reduced state. What is the difference? The difference is here in I4 the lookets are A and B. Here in I7 the looket is $. That's why you are getting more number of states in CLR. Even though the production rule is same, maybe the look ahead is different. That's why we are making these two as the two different states. Whenever you make or you separate these states according to the look ahead, obviously the number of states in CLR should be more. Okay. Maybe you may get as a 2 marks question or maybe a quiz question. What is the reason of having more number of states in CLR? Am I clear? So let's start for example. So this is the grammar they given, and this is my I0 initial state. How I get this I0? Same thing. Now please understand how I get this I0. If you understand how I get this I0, everything is continuation. So please listen carefully. I0, what I have to do? Initially, I have to add my production, augmented production, like S tends to S. For that, add a dot operator. Add a dot operator. As this is the starting production rule, the lookahead symbol for it is obviously the dot. So that is the first step I written here. Am I clear? So then what I have to do? After dot, here or here, after dot, there is a non-terminal capital S. So obviously, I have to perform the closure function. What is the closure function? After dot, there is a non-terminal. So get the production rules which are derivable by capital S. So what is the production rule which is derivable by capital S? This one. So S tends to A. Add a dot operator to it and get to I0. So this is the second production rule I have to add. S tends to dot AA, comma. If you, for your purpose, I have right here, S tends to dot AA, and I have to create or I have to find out the lookahead symbol. Okay, how I have to get the lookahead symbol here? Why I am adding this particular production? Because of this. Because of this particular production, I added this particular production. Am I clear? So observe what we have after capital S. After capital S, doesn't have anything. There is only a dollar. So perform first function for it. First of dollar is obviously dollar. First of dollar is obvious. First of any terminal is itself. So first of dollar is dollar. So I have to get dollar is the look ahead symbol for my production rule number 2. Am I clear now? I am explaining how I get I0, how I get the production rules in I0 with look ahead symbols. Please focus. Please understand how I create I0 so that you can be able to continue your own. Everything is followed. Everything is repeated in every step. Okay. So this is my second production rule. Again, if you perform the closure function, there is a non-terminal after the dot. Add the appropriate productions. Here we have two productions. Add those two also. What are that? A is deriving AA, A is deriving B. So we are going to add those two production rules. So what is my next production rule? A tends to AA. Okay. Again, A tends to B. Add a dot operator for it. Okay. Now I have to get a look at symbol for the production rule for these particular production. Again, process is same. Why are added this particular production rule? Because of this. Because of this particular production rule. So go for it. After A, what we have? After the first capital A, what we have? A capital A, comma, dollar. So perform the first function for this capital A. For the second capital A, perform the first function. What is first of capital A? For the given grammar, what is first of capital A? What is it, man? How you are going to calculate first function? You have to consider this particular production, this particular production. So go to the RHS. What is the first terminal they have? A. So that should be first one. If you go for this particular production, A tends to B. Perform first of A means B. So these are the two terminals we have at first of capital. So we are going to add these two, small a and small b, as a look ahead for this particular production. So that's why I get here A slash B. Okay, this slash is also not a terminal, just separation. Just like comma is a separation, slash in the sense A is a look ahead and B is also be a look ahead. That is the information. That is the meaning. So go for the third one. A tends to dot B. What is the look ahead for it? Same thing. Why are you adding this particular production? Because of this particular production. Okay. After A, what we have? Capital A, comma, dollar. Perform the first function for it. Already we have. First of capital A is small a, comma, B. So those two are again the look aheads for this particular production also. Likewise, I keep on apply the closure function, adding a production rules, apply a dot for it. Okay, calculate the look ahead from its previous production rule. So if I keep on doing like that, so this is our I0. So this is our I0, what we are going to be getting. Is everything clear now? Anyone have any doubts? Anyone have any doubts of creating LR of one item sets? Or how we are going to get a look ahead symbol? Any doubts, ma'am? Anyone? Is everything clear? Okay. So from that, our process is same. What is our process? We are depends upon I0. Computate go to function. Here I am writing, ma'am. Go to on I0 with respect to the terminals and non-terminals. What are the terminals? What are the non-terminals we have? After that, there is a capital S. After that, there is a capital A. After that, there is a terminal A. And after that, there is a terminal B. So from I0, via capital S, I may leads to new state. From I0, via capital A, I may get new state. Similarly, via a terminal A, via a terminal. So what I have to do? Go to function on I0 with respect to capital S. Similarly, go to I0 with respect to capital A. Again, go to on I0 with respect to the A. Last one, I0 on B. The same thing what we are doing in CLR, in SLR and LR of 0. But the structure of look aheads, the structure of item sets are different. That's it. So if you perform go to on I0 with respect to the capital S, this is the production rule I have to be considered. This is the production rule I have to be considered and make a dot operator movement. So this is the way I get it. Okay, after that there is nothing. So I have to stop it. I have to stop it. And I have to consider this particular state I1 as accepted. As accepted. You already know what is the reason. We are considering this I1 as accepted. Because there is a start symbol and there is no further movement of dot. So it is accepted. Okay. Now up to here, the only new thing is adding of look ahead. Once you add look aheads, once you get I0, everything is same. What we did in the SLR and LR of 0. Okay. So similarly, I0 on capital A. I0 on capital A. So what is the production we have to consider? This one. This one. Make a movement of dot. See here. So dot here. Once again, after dot there is a non-terminal. Clear? So what I have to get? A tends to dot AA, comma. I have to calculate this look ahead. I have to calculate this look ahead. How? Why I am adding this particular production rule? Because of this capital A. So after capital A, perform the first function for it. After capital A, what we have? Only dollar. Here I am explaining one. After capital A, what we have? Only dollar. So first of dollar is dollar. So that is the look ahead for this. Now if you clearly observe, see this statement and this statement. See, those are same production rules. Even the dot operator is also at same position. A tends to dot AA, A tends to dot AA. Same. But the look aheads are different. The look aheads are different. Why are getting different look aheads here? This particular production rule, it gets the look ahead A or B based on its previous statement. First of capital A comma B. That's why you are getting A comma. But if you observe here, we are getting dollar here. We are getting dollar here. I will show you. Yeah. We are getting dollar here because of its previous production rule. What has been the previous production rule? Why are you adding this particular production? Because of this capital A. Because of this capital A. So after capital A, what we have? Only dollar. So if you perform first function for only dollar, obviously it is a dollar. So the dollar is the only look ahead for this particular production. That's why the look aheads are changed from this particular production. Even though the production rule is same, the look aheads are here is A or B, there is dollar. Hope you are following me. Okay. So continue. Okay. After this dot, there is a non-terminal. So one production rule is added. What is the second production rule? A tends to B. So A tends to dot B. Again, we are going to calculate this look ahead. How? We are added this particular production because of this particular production rule, and that too with respect to this capital G. Again, first of dollar. So dollar is now again acts as a look ahead for this particular production rule. That's why you have to learn this. Okay, no need to simply write production rules and make some look ahead. You have to calculate look ahead from its previous production rule, which is called. Am I clear? So that's why I get, that's like I get I2. If you perform, go to on I0 with respect to capital A, I get the new state as I2. Okay? Similarly, go to on I0 with respect to A, small e. Small e means this is the production rule I have to be added. This one. A tends to dot AA slash ARB. That is the production rule. First, initially have to be added by movement of dot. Right? So the first thing here I have to write is A tends to A small a dot capital A comma ARB. Okay. Again repeat the closure function. Why? After dot there is a non-terminal capital A. After dot there is a non-terminal capital A. So obviously we are going to add that particular production rules. So here. So this is one is been added, this one is been added. Again if you observe, see, after capital A, we have these two, A, R, perform the first function for it. First function for A is A, first function for B is B. Am I clear? So A or B is again a look ahead for symbol. Look ahead symbol for this particular production. Similarly, go for the A tends to dot B. We are going to calculate the look ahead symbol. Again, it depends upon its previous. Previous means this particular production we are added due to this one. That is the meaning of previous month. Previous means not its previous step. Am I clear? Am I clear? So why are you adding A tends to small b? Because of this capital A. Am I clear? So because of this capital A, I added this particular production. So perform first function in that only. After capital A, whatever you have, perform the first function. Am I clear? So if you perform first function for A, small a is A. First function for small b is again B. So we are getting this one. Am I clear? So third one is also be completed. Go to on I0 with respect to small a is completed. We are getting a new state like I3. Similarly, go to function on I0 with respect to small b. So with respect to small b means I have to get this particular production only. This one. This one. Okay. Add a dot operator. So movement of dot operator. A tends to dot B is being rewrite like A tends to B dot. If you observe here, simply whenever you are moving the dot operator, we are not changing. We are not changing the look ahead. Whatever you are getting from I0 is simply writing. And the dot operator is being moved. That's it. That is the rule 3. Rule 3 in the last one. This one. Whenever we are moving from dot operator to its next position, okay, the look ahead is not changed. That is the rule 3 here they are saying. Am I clear? So in that way, if you perform I2 go to operation on I0 with respect to B, we are getting I4. So the same thing we are going on, we keep on repeating. Keep on repeating means I1 is accepted, no need to perform go to on it. Okay, I2. On I2, I am going to perform go to. On the state I2, I am going to perform go to operation. With respect to what? With respect to capital A, with respect to small a, with respect to small b also. Am I clear? With respect to small a, with respect to capital A, small a and small b. Maybe it may give 3 steps. So the same thing I repeated now. So finally I get this. On I2 with respect to capital A, I get I5 as it is reduced. Similarly, on I2 on small a, I reach to I6. On I2 with respect to small b, I reach to I7. Am I clear? Am I clear? So likewise, if you keep on, only the difference is here the item sets are LR of one item set. What is meant by LR of item set? Each and every production in every state, each and every production should contain the look ahead symbol. Okay, those production rules we are considering as a LR of one item sets. Am I clear? If you observe, total you have I9 states, I0 to I0 state means total 10 states are there. If you observe every production, every state in every production rule, it should contain a look ahead symbol. Am I clear now? Am I clear? So now I need to explain what is the importance of look ahead symbol. Okay, in order to explain, I am considering some reduced states. Let us consider this I5. This I5 is a reduced state. Okay, this I5 is a reduced state. Reduced by which production rule? This is the production. What is the number 1? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. This particular production rule is number 1. So this I5 is a reduced state, reduced by production rule number 1. Am I clear? So where I have to write this R1? That is the only difference. In LR of 0, we have to write everywhere in a table. Under the action part, every column you have to write. But in CLR, we have to computate follow function for this capital S. Here in CLR, no need to do all these things. Because the table, in the diagram itself, we added the look ahead symbol. Am I clear? So this particular production rule contains the look ahead symbol is $. So from the row I5 to the column dollar, we need to write R1. Only there. No need to write everywhere. No need to write everywhere. If you want, I will show you. See, what is our example? I5 is the state. Okay, R1 is the reduced rule number. Okay, and dollar is the column. So see here, I5 is the state and the dollar is the column. There only I have to write R1. No need to write here. No need to write here. Or no need to calculate the follow function for these left hand side non-terminal. Nothing. Nothing doing. Simply diagram. Okay, simple the diagram, the reduced state. What is the look ahead symbol? In that respect to position or slot in the table only, we have to write R1. Am I clear now? For your understand, I will take one more reduced state. Let us take I8. I8 is also a reduced state. Hope you agree that I8 is also a reduced state because the dot is reached to the end. It can't able to produce any new state. So I8 is also be the reduced state. Reduced by production rule number 2. This is the production rule in the grammar is 2. So it is rule number 2. So where I have to write this R2? Row is I8, column is this look ahead. I8 row, column is small d. I8 row, column is small d. In that two slots of the table only, I have to write R2. Go to the table. I8 is the row and the column is small a and another column is small b because A and B are the two look ahead symbols. Two look ahead symbols. So in this respective slots only, we are going to write R. We are going to write R. Similarly, take one more, last. Again, if you take this I4 is also a reduced state. I4 is also a reduced state. Reduced by production rule number 3 means R3. So this R3 need to be right at row I4 and column A and row I4 and column B. Go to the table. I4 is the row and column is A. Here I3 and column is B. Here also R3. Now here the observation point is whenever the look ahead symbols are more, whenever the look ahead symbols for any production rule are more, which is exactly similar to in SLR. What I mean to say is, for example, I4. I am writing here now, I4. What is I4? A tends to B dot, comma, ARB. ARB. Okay, this is the look ahead. Okay, please forgot this look ahead. Please forgot the look ahead for 1 or 2 minutes. So this is the reduced state. Okay, reduced by production rule number what? 3. Okay, production rule number 3. So R3 we have to be right. What we are doing in SLR? What we are going to do in SLR now? We are going to computate follow for capital A. For example, if follow of capital A is also like A and B. Let us consider the example. If follow of A is also a small a and small b, then where we have to write this R3? Row is I4, column A and column B. Also we need to write R3. Alright. Which means in this example, CLR and SLR are same. Why? Because the look aheads, there are multiple look aheads we have. Whenever the multiple look aheads like ARB, X, Y, Z, multiple look aheads are there for a particular production, sometimes this CLR will act like SLR. For example, if your production rule contain only one look ahead, then it is most efficient. Why? Because this R3 need to be right from one row to the one column in that slot only. No need to write everywhere. In a lot of 0, we need to write everywhere. At A column, B column, and all of them. In SLR, we need to computate follow function. Follow function is obviously it will get 3 or 4, 2 or 3. So 2 or 3 columns we need to write R3. But the CLR, if you contain only one look ahead symbol, you need to write only from a row to the column, only one slot. So whenever we have only one look-ahead symbol for the respective production rule, then CLR is most efficient, and the time you can consider CLR is the most powerful parsing technique, because there is a high chance of eliminating the conflicts. Am I clear now? Hope everyone understand this DFA for the given grammar on CLR. The only difference, the item sets. Here we are following LR of 1 item sets. There, in LR of 0 and SLR, there we are followed LR of 0 item sets. What is the difference? LR of 1 should contain a look ahead. That is the only difference. What is the importance of having look ahead? The look ahead will say you, will convey you where we are going to write the reduced action. That is the difference. Okay. So hope I will continue the same CLR in the next class by considering one more example. So in the meantime, while coming to the next class, please refer internet or textbook, or you can refer the my video lecture also. Please understand the differences, okay, so that it will easy for you to understand or in order to remember. Okay, only those 7 steps: CFG, eliminating ambiguity, taking augmented grammar, all those steps only. But you need to verify, understand what is the difference between the parsing techniques. That's it. Okay. May anyone have any doubts? Anyone? Is everything clear? Anyone have any doubts more? Okay, then we will meet in the next section. So while coming to the next session, please understand the difference and come to the class so that you can get more clarity on the discussed concepts. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience.
Good afternoon, students.